What's happening, rock and roll? I'm Diamond Sam LaVallerie, and you are listening to me on Digital Revolution Radio, and this is going to be a very, very cool night. I have two beautiful women with me. One of them just so happens to be my daughter, rock solid Thea LaVallerie.
Hello, I'm Thea LaVallerie.
And you're very excited to be here.
Yeah.
Her internet radio debut. But that's not all. It's also a special night for me and Thea, because Thea gets to interview her musical idol, shall we say?
Sure.
None other than Sabrina Fallah. Hi, Sabrina.
Hey, how you doing?
So how are you tonight?
Very, very good, actually. I just had a hot chocolate, so I'm good. I'm satisfied.
Oh, I guess in Canada, hot chocolate is essential, especially this time of the year.
Especially, yeah, since we got snow again. Yeah.
So, I wouldn't even know where to begin to question your abilities. I've listened to all of your music, and you're just an incredible talent. Let's say, how did you start your career in music?
Well, yeah, okay. That's a, well, the story is my parents always told me that when I was a baby, I was always humming tunes before I could speak. So that's how I got the musical aspect of things. And then as I got older, of course, I started writing short stories and poetry, I mean. And then that led me to songwriting. And then at the age of 10, I started learning the piano. And then I think at 15 or 16, I grabbed the guitar. But before that, I won my first singing competition at 14.
Wow.
That led me to want to compete. Yeah, I'm like, if I won this contest, maybe I should pursue it. But I didn't want to get off the stage. So that's another thing. It's hard to get me off the stage.
I can identify with that feeling. I truly can, because it's hard to get me off air.
I got kicked off.
Really?
You're going over time. Really? I thought there's time between time, like normally they give you extra time in case you go over.
Right.
Nope, it was a tight set. I'm like, Jesus.
So, what were some of your musical influences?
Growing up till now?
Yeah.
Let's say, so from the beginning, before I got into rock, I was listening to Michelle Branch. And then I was listening to Avril Lavigne, Simple Plan. And then Green Day came into the picture, which is my main influence. Then Bon Jovi, then Billy Idol, and the list goes on.
That's impressive.
Oh, and I forgot to mention also Kelly Clarkson. I sing her songs for my vocal range.
Okay.
To keep my range going. So I love to sing her songs. So she helps me in that area.
Okay, I got a confession, and I don't know what it will do to my image, but on my show I play like rock and metal, but I'm also a very in the closet Kelly Clarkson fan.
There's nothing wrong with that. She's amazing.
No, she really is, man. She really has some incredible range, man. She's really very talented.
And by the way, on my Kiss is a Killer album, Kelly Clarkson's drummer played on that record.
Now, you see, that's another thing that I wanted to say to you. You have worked with some really, really talented people.
I feel like I was in the right place at the right time kind of thing to get the opportunity, because it's not, you have to really work hard and email a lot of people and network. So I just think I was at the right place at the right time for that opportunity. So But I didn't expect it to be Kelly Clarkson's drummer. I get into the studio in Nashville, and then I'm telling this guy I love Kelly Clarkson, and the guy's telling me I drum for Kelly Clarkson. I'm like, give me 5, man.
Right? Just give me 5 minutes. I just got to go to the bathroom and freak out for a second.
And I got pictures with everybody, but I didn't have time because time is money, right? So,
of course.
So at the end of everything, when everything was done, then we had a group photo. But yeah, that was great because Kelly Clarkson lives in Nashville.
Yeah.
That's
Wasn't that where she recorded her talk show? Didn't she have a talk show for a short time?
She still has it now. Yeah.
All right. That tells you how often I watch TV. Now, your album, Kiss is a Killer. You told me once before how the song "Stuck Up" came to you, and there's a lot of your music. I find it very hard to say this is my favorite song. When I first heard "Stuck Up," I was like, "Oh, I like this song. This song is undoubtedly going to be my favorite song on the album." But then I heard the other ones, and it just kept getting better and better and better and better. Now, "Kiss is a Killer." The album "Kiss is a Killer." Could you tell us about some of the inspiration that was behind the music that you perform on it?
Well, "Kiss is a Killer" is very interesting because I was actually working on another album before "Kiss is a Killer," and something came in the way, and I had to stop it. And then I went to Nashville, and then I was writing this whole new album. "Kiss is a Killer" is basically me going into Nashville, writing with 5 different artists, 10 songs were written, choosing 5 of the strongest ones to use. I didn't have a theme or anything. It just came as I was going, and "Kiss is a Killer" is probably going through things in life, basically. Like, "Kiss is a Killer" itself, the song is about going after bad boys. And a lot of girls like bad boys, and I'm not going to say I'm not one of them, "Stuck Up" is about the people who are being stuck up. Then "Last" is about a relationship that obviously didn't last.
Right.
And "Paradise" is about depression. And "Hurt" is about a friend that I had to walk away from. So it's all my songs are about my life, pretty much, except "Stuck Up" and "Kiss is a Killer" were just songs I wrote. It wasn't about me personally.
Right.
But that album, people are reacting to it still now these days. So it's still good. And "Kiss is a Killer" is actually on some mainstream stations too.
I know. I saw that. I remember, of course I follow you on Facebook, and I saw a post that you posted that it was on a mainstream radio station, and I was like,
yeah, it's on a few. I can't remember because it's being picked up everywhere on my songs. So, but yeah, it's cool. "Kiss is a Killer" is a song I didn't think was gonna be getting as much attraction as it has. Like, I knew it was the hit, but I didn't expect the people to react the way they did to it.
right.
But I'm glad it got the attention, because that song was the first song I actually wrote, and it actually became the hit and the title of the album. So it's a special song.
Yeah, Kiss is a Killer. That was the first song you ever wrote, or the first song you wrote for the album?
The first song I wrote for the album.
Oh, all right, because I was like, wow, that was the first song you ever... Wow!
No.
I was really flattened.
No, the first song I ever wrote was Crush, and it had no music. It was just a poem. And I don't even know where the song is.
Right, very Jim Morrison-like, right?
I was very, very, very young. I don't even know what I wrote. I was probably writing about some crush or something, probably.
Thea mentioned to me before that she had something to say when you mentioned Kiss is a Killer.
Okay.
Theo, what was it you had to say? Into the mic.
So the one, about,
She froze up.
It's okay.
It's all right.
Don't
honey.
worry.
Just take your time.
Take your time. There's no rush.
the one about,
The Bad Boys.
yeah. I just like to.
That is
What?
the Bad Boy song. Is Kiss is a Killer.
Yeah. I would just like
Yeah.
to say. I would just like to say that I hate bad boys. I get bullied a lot at school, so I'm actually.
Oh, yeah.
I actually really hate bad boys.
She
Well, the thing is, there's something about a guy when they're a bit bad that girls get attracted to, and I have to say, from my life, all the guys have been a little bit bad. Now, they were too mean, I had to walk away, but they had a little bit of a bad boy image. But I guess that's just something girls think is attractive, but there's a limit to it, though. If they go too far, it's... but it's just a thing that they always say girls like a bit of bad in the men.
Yes. Yes, absolutely. That's one of the reasons why I created Diamond Sam LaVallery, because he's the bad boy. But I agree with what you say. If they take it too far to where the bad boy ends up hitting or
Oh yeah, I'm not talking about
or
the
becomes
ones
malicious.
that are that are mean. I'm talking about like they're acting bad to be cool and stuff.
That's me.
I don't mean like being mean and harmful to your partner.
Right.
I mean like I'm gonna act cool to make you jealous or to get you to come like stuff like the Kiss is a Killer theme was Grease. I was thinking of Grease when I was writing that song because
wow.
there were all the popular guys trying to go after the girls and they were being bad, right?
Right.
I'm talking about that kind of bad.
Okay, I got that.
Can I just say that I like nice innocent boys?
Let me tell you something. They're not all nice and innocent.
I know.
Hopefully you will find one who is nice and trustworthy and respectful to you. But I'm just saying.
That's difficult.
It's very difficult. Yeah.
I often tell my daughter. I'm very, very protective of her. And I often tell her that her first date is going to be her wedding night.
That's not fair. How is she supposed to find her soulmate? But I understand. You're a father. Of course you're going to say that.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. It truly is a double standard with me. Thea has 3 brothers, and my sons they're just as protective of her as I am. She's got a brother Kurt who's 28, a brother Sean who's 17, and a brother Brett who is Spitfire. He's 15. And if anybody messes,
16.
anybody looks, he's 16.
Yeah.
It's hard to keep track of you guys. So Brett is very, very protective of her. He's, if somebody looks at Thea Cross, he's ready. Don't look at my sister.
Well, at least she has brothers who look after her because not everybody have siblings who help each other.
Right. And
so she's very lucky to have that in her family. So, yeah.
So
I'm an only child, but knowing friends who have brothers and sisters, most of the time they are fighting and wanting to be away from each other.
Yeah, exactly.
So I'm just saying, this is the first time I'm actually hearing, oh, we like each other. I'm like, what? But yeah, it's good. It's good.
So now the first song I heard from you was "Paradise at a Price."
Comes with a price.
Comes with a price.
Yeah.
Now, when me and you first started talking, I told you that I saw it on YouTube, and I really identified with that song. Because I went through a personal issue back in May, and that song struck a chord with me. Could you tell me more about that song, on how it came to be?
Yeah. So I wrote that in Nashville when I was in Nashville with I can't remember the last name, but his name was Joe. I co-wrote it, and it was interesting because he said, "I don't want to write a happy song or something like that. I want to write something that's not sad, but that has a meaning." And I'm like, how did you know that's what I wanted to write about? It's as if he knew. He could feel me. And at that time, not many months ago, Robin Williams passed.
Oh, yeah.
And I told the songwriter, how about we don't write about drugs and alcohol or abuse, because that's not something I can talk about, because I don't know about it enough to. I don't want to write about something if I haven't experienced it or know somebody who has, right?
Mm-hmm.
So unless somebody explains it to me, that's different. But I thought because mental health needs to be talked about more, I wrote Paradise Comes with a Price about having Robin Williams in my mind and thinking about what did he go through? But at the same time, I'm writing it to help people to hold on and not to let go.
Right.
And it's very difficult, but you just have to really work hard and stay strong with yourself. But yeah, I think it was a suicide line or some suicide company. I think it was in Canada or in the States, or have put my song there for people to hear it too. So my song has been picked up for that. But when I first put that song out, a few people came up to me and said that song had a very strong message, and people could relate to it. So
absolutely.
And that's why I write, because I want people to know that they're not alone, that everybody has gone through something that has brought them down into the dark, and they survived through it. Hopefully they did, and got them, and hopefully it got them to where they want to be in their life. So, but yeah, I don't want to go into too deep into depression, but it's something that I wanted to talk about, and people are still talking about to this day. And I think people should open up more and talk about it even more, because there's a lot of people now, especially this year, who are suffering because of the pandemic.
Yeah,
this year is like the people who never had depression are having it.
Yeah.
So it's really hard on everyone, and the people who have depression, it's even harder, because they're trapped, and they can't do certain things, and I don't like to be trapped. Sometimes I feel down because I feel trapped, but I stay busy.
Yeah.
I keep myself busy as much as I can. There's so much I can do, but I try my best.
No, the COVID has definitely had an impact worldwide. I find it easier to get over it by listening to music. I live with my children, all four of them, and so we're constantly around each other, because when one of us goes out, I'm right on them. Put on your mask, put on your gloves, put on a snorkel, flippers, anything. You need to be safe. And so as far as us being isolated, I kind of think we're fortunate because we have each other. But
yes.
I understand that there are people out there that live by themselves. and that's got to be really hard to.
Oh, yeah. I didn't think about the people who are living alone. They are probably really they're probably going crazy because they must be used to socializing.
Yeah.
And if they have some kind of illness that they don't want to go out, because if you have something else, some other problems with your body, you cannot go out, because if you get COVID, it can also kill you, right? Yeah. So some people are scared to go out. I'm not scared to go out, but I'm not scared to go out because I don't want to go out thinking I'm going to die. I go out thinking I'm going to enjoy myself.
Right.
And stay protected and not think about things so much. But yet again, when you go into a mall with everybody wearing a mask, anxiety comes.
No,
because
absolutely.
Anxiety comes, and then you can't breathe. And everybody's wearing a mask now in the malls, but there's no social distancing in the malls, by the way.
Well,
it's packed.
That's another thing that I've been finding hard to understand. Here in upstate New York, we have a mall called the Galleria Mall, and they have a food court. Now, if you walk around the mall with your mask below your nose, the security guards will tell you, put your mask on. But then you can go to the food court, order a cheeseburger, walk around the mall with the mask off, eating your cheeseburger, and they don't say anything to you.
Not in my mall.
See, here in upstate New York, and it's happened to me and my son Brett when we were in the mall, and I bought something from Pretzel Time. I pulled my mask under my chin, and they didn't say anything to me. So I think in some cases, certain areas of the world are taking a laxed stance at it.
I guess, how can I say this without... maybe they're not worrying about everything. There's certain things that they're looking for, maybe. Maybe because you're eating, you're chewing something, you're not talking, I don't know.
Yeah, just to me...
Because I can walk in the mall, pull my mask down, sip my coffee, and put it up. They're not going to stop me to do that. But I've never seen anyone take their mask off and eat something walking.
Oh, it was all over the gallery. People were sitting down where there were signs saying, "Don't sit."
Oh my God!
So
that is rule. They're breaking the rules there.
Yeah, absolutely. But I just see it as, the way certain areas of the world are handling the COVID pandemic. They're really not enforcing it as they should, especially since we're getting hit with the second wave now. The first time, shouldn't we have learned a lesson? And the first time I thought it was handled pretty well here in New York. Even though, there were an incredible amount of people that were sick and dying and stuff, but it could have been so much worse. But now it just seems to be very lax.
A lot of people at the beginning didn't want to wear the mask.
Yeah, I was one.
So that was, and I don't blame them, because some people can't breathe. Some people were afraid. But in the end, they started saying, okay, we'll try it. And then at some point, here in Canada, if you're not supposed to wear a mask, you have to get a doctor's note, specify what is your problem, to show why you're not wearing a mask, so you have it in case you get stopped.
Right.
You can do that, but you have to have some kind of proof on you. I know younger kids, like babies, don't wear masks.
Right.
Because in the malls, they don't wear it, I guess, because they're very young and nothing's going to happen. But I'm just surprised, because some of them did have masks, some of them didn't. So I'm like, it shouldn't matter, kid or not. Like, let them wear a mask.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, because it protects them as well as other people.
But they say that the kids won't get so hurt. But what if that kid does?
Right.
You don't know, right?
No, absolutely. You're 100% right.
Yeah.
Well, let's try to cheer this up. Thea has some questions that she wrote for you. Now, I would just like for everybody to know something. This interview, it's very special to my daughter because you and her have developed a pretty damn good friendship. And
Yes.
on behalf of me, her brothers, the rest of the family, you're a member of our family now because you're,
Yay.
you became very, very, you're a big deal in Thea's life.
Oh, well, I'm happy. I'm making somebody happy, especially in this time of the year. So,
I got some questions for you.
sure.
Don't you want to say anything first about how nice she's been to you?
You've been nice. Now let me ask you this question.
She's nervous as hell right now.
I'm
Yeah,
always nervous.
just it's okay. You don't have to be nervous.
Okay, Thea. Hit it, honey.
Okay, can I just say something?
Sure.
When I was her age, I was so nervous I couldn't even order food. And at the restaurant, I was so much anxiety, so much fear of socializing. And then I got a job, and then I got into music, and I did that. I got better. You're gonna get better. So I'm just trying to say I was just like her at the beginning, nervous
That explains the friendship.
I'll get shy
Yeah.
when I'm ordering food too. Like I'll get shy when I'm ordering food too. Like I'll be there, just asking food, and then I'll just be thinking, wait, what if this guy thinks I'm fat?
You're not fat.
You're not fat, sweetheart.
You're not. You're nowhere. No. You know what? I was thinking the same thing at her age. So.
Oh yeah, I think every
no.
woman thinks that.
Yeah.
I mean, I've seen.
And I still think that about myself too all the time. Women are always wanting their body to be good and healthy and perfect, and there's so much you can do with the body that you have, right? So you just have to love yourself the way you are, basically.
Very well said. Because I've been saying that for years. I think there's too much emphasis.
Yeah.
I mean, being in shape is one thing, but looking like a matchstick is something entirely different.
I don't want to be a skinny. I just want to feel good in my body.
Yeah.
And it doesn't matter my weight. As long as I'm happy, I'm happy. That's all that matters. I don't care what people say. Well, they'll say it'll hurt, but I just shove it away.
I am so glad you are my daughter's friend.
Aw.
It's kind
All right.
It's kind of hard for me to think of how people talk to me like that.
Honey, you have to talk louder. The mic's not picking you up.
Okay. Well, the questions. What do you like doing in your spare time?
Feeding my squirrels.
Oh, the squirrel queen. Yeah, I forgot all about that.
Feeding my squirrels, watching anything that keeps actually spare time, even music. I just fill my day with interest. But now that it's winter, I don't go out much in the yard. But I go in the morning, and they're all there waiting for their food. They're just so cute.
They wait in the snow?
Pardon?
They wait in the snow?
Oh yeah, they love snow.
Yeah, squirrels.
Oh.
You can see
I
the
know
little
nothing
paw
about
prints in the snow.
Who is your celebrity crush?
Oh, here we go. Okay, it would have to be. Anyone who follows me knows this already, but to tell you, Billy Joe Armstrong from Green Day. I know he's married with kids, but it doesn't stop me from having a little girl crush on him because I've liked him from the beginning. but he's great. But I need to find a guy that looks like him.
I need to find a guy that looks like Slash from Guns N' Roses.
I saw Slash live.
I never expected my daughter to say something like that.
I actually saw Slash live. He's very good.
I know he is.
Serious crush on Slash.
Oh my god.
Boy, that some bitch gonna get a hate mail from me.
That's funny.
Okay, next one, D.
How will someone get your attention? Like from just anything.
Be the guy from Green Day.
How would somebody get my attention?
Yes.
Being very polite and I am very approachable. But
yeah.
I can tell if the person is gonna be mean. So I can see I look at the people and say, okay, he's gonna be a weirdo. So I have to keep myself up. But just be nice. Just be nice to me. And to get my attention, you don't have to come and say I like your music. Just say hi and be a friend.
You know
like
there was a I was talking to a person online who follows both me and you, and she lives in Louisiana. I'm not going to say her name. I don't know if she wants me to say her name or not. But she
no,
lives
you don't have to.
She lives in Louisiana, and
okay.
she's a really, really good cook. So I mentioned a comment to her that I was making gumbo, and she made a comment about making southern potato salad. And somehow,
nice.
In between gumbo and potato salad, the subject changed to Sabrina Fallah. So as we were talking,
How?
I have no idea. So the conversation came about, and I said, yeah, she talks to my daughter. She's really a very, very sweet woman. She's really, very, very nice. And she said the exact same thing that you just did. She's like, yeah, she's very approachable. I followed her once, and she followed me back. As if that wasn't supposed to happen. And I was like, no, she's...
Has she spoken to me?
Yeah. Yeah, she
okay.
left...
I don't know her name, but you can tell me off air.
All right, no problem. She commented in something that both me and you were tagged in. And
okay, probably I saw it, but I can't remember.
I will give you her name after the show. She again, another fan of yours that is like Thea. She's a diehard.
Oh.
Okay, Thea's tapping me. Dad, I got another question.
Yeah, Dad.
Gumbo. Potato salad. Sabrina Fallah. Okay, so, what's your biggest pet peeve?
Oh. I you know what? Honestly, I've never been asked that question ever.
Well, now you have.
So, my God.
You want to skip that one?
Yeah, because I have no idea.
Squirrels. Say squirrels.
Okay, squirrels.
Amazing. All right.
Yeah, sorry guys. That's a question I would have had to really think about because I've never. But thank you for asking me that. But I was like, wow, that's a first. Squirrels for life. Oh, sorry.
Do you speak any other languages?
Oui, je parle le français.
I cannot speak any languages.
I just spoke French, but I said yes, I speak French. But so, did I scare you guys? I went into my French.
Yeah, actually, somebody else just came in and just took your phone.
Yeah.
I have my best friend is one of my best friends, Tony Rodriguez. He's a cop in Manhattan, and me and him known each other for over 50 years, and I know a little bit of Spanish, not a lot. I could say, oh wait, I got one. Buenos dias, bonita señorita.
Okay.
That meant hello, beautiful lady.
Oh,
Yeah.
hello.
But everything else,
I know. See.
all right, okay. So me and you can have a 2-second conversation.
See.
But everything else in Spanish, only the curse words.
Yeah, I know some.
Yeah, right.
I don't want to hear you say a curse word. Okay.
No.
Go with your next question, sweetheart.
Alright. If you weren't famous, what will you be up to right now?
Probably a detective.
Really?
I love crime movies. I love watching the crime on YouTube to solve the crime, and I love seeing the evidence and trying to solve it while they're solving it, and I just love it. I love horror films, so I can watch all the evidence and the blood and the knife and the stuff like that. I think it's just it's just so like I'm just so into it that I would have loved to be a part of it, but it takes a long time to get to that point.
Yeah.
But oh my God, I would have loved to be a detective.
Oh, there's a dark side to Sabrina Fallah.
Well, my mom actually said that Thea LaFauri, okay? I can be a good detective because I always find out stuff.
Yeah, me too. Guys, I'm a detective behind the scenes.
Well,
I know what you did last night.
Go ahead,
But in my life, when I have problems with people, I try to investigate why it went wrong. Looking at all the conversations and the text messages. Oh, that's why. Because he started it. I'm joking. But I just love watching mystery shows and try to solve the crime, and I some of the stuff I watch, they even say, if you cannot handle stuff like this, do not watch. Some of the stuff I watch are really deep, but I love it. It is. And then I go to bed and dream about rainbows. It doesn't scare me at all. Nothing.
So you go from Starsky and Hutch on steroids to a Disney princess.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, T. Next one, honey.
What is one message you would give to your fans?
Never give up.
Great message.
If you want to succeed in life, in anything, go for it and never give up. There are going to be people telling you things that you can't do it, but just remember, everything is possible because it's not impossible. Just take the M and it's possible.
That was great.
Amazing.
Actually, Justin Timberlake mentioned that during an award. Take impossible, scratch out the M, everything's possible, guys. If I can do it, you can do it. I'm like, oh yeah, definitely. It takes a lot of hard work, but it does happen if you really work hard. It will happen at some point, but you cannot stop. Because the minute you stop, you might have missed something that could have come in front of you. It's very interesting. The minute I wanted to give up, something came to get me back up again. It was like God telling me, don't go, stay. So.
Thea, your next question.
Yeah.
What's the weirdest thing a fan has ever done for you?
The weirdest thing, well, I wouldn't think it's weird because it's the only thing a fan that ever did for me. But I was mentioning that I got my first show at the Ottawa Tulip Festival, and the guy made a tulip from a Kleenex, from a napkin, and gave it to me. He's like, since you're going to the Tulip Festival, here's a tulip. And I think I have it somewhere in the house, but I was like...
That's creative.
Oh my God, I hope people don't think he likes me. Because he's giving it to me in the freaking venue. But he's like, no, it's just your tulip. I'm like, Thank you. But I was very young and he was older, so like, my God. But it's not weird, but it was sweet.
Yeah.
He actually made a tulip from a napkin. How? I don't know, but he was creative. It really looked like a tulip.
It's more creative than me. I can't make a paper plane.
Yeah, but it was a tulip, not a plane.
Okay, what's the weirdest thing a fan has ever said to you?
Come on the Diamond Sam LaVallerie show.
The weirdest thing a fan has ever said to me. Oh no, I don't want to say that. That's not right.
The weirdest thing a fan ever said to you is, "What's your pet peeve?"
Okay. I will say. I won't mention the person, but one fan told me I reminded them of an artist, and I'm like, if you think that, there's something wrong with you. I don't want to mention the artist because I love that artist, but I'm nothing like that artist. But I don't want to mention the name.
Anything else, Dave?
I got one more question, but I didn't write it down because I wasn't thinking about it.
Okay.
First, how how did you become a singer? Like, start all the way to the beginning, please.
Wow.
Oh, how did I become a singer?
Yeah, like how you became.
Okay, so basically, now I'm not going to start from the whole beginning, but I can say that I feel that I was brought into the world to be in music because as soon as I was born, I started singing. So music always helped me to get up in the morning and smile and make me happy, and then it became my passion. And when I first started singing, I didn't know I had to learn vocal training. So I was always singing without vocal training, but then I learned the vocal training, and then I'm like, here it starts to work. But I think I've always wanted to sing from a very young age. But I had other interests, like becoming a detective. I wanted to be a vet, but I'm allergic to dogs and cats, so I couldn't do that. I wanted to be a doctor, but I can't give people shots because I'm afraid to press too hard on the arm. So I told about my whole journey. I never had an A or B or C list. Like, if this doesn't work, I'm going to do this. I always said music is going to happen from the beginning.
Yeah.
I never once thought it was never going to happen, because if I had other plans with it, then I wouldn't have focused on this as much. So, because people always would say, what if? What's your backup plan?
Right.
I'm like, why do I need a backup plan? I have support, a family. I have people that support me. I don't need a backup plan. If it doesn't happen, it doesn't happen. But it doesn't mean I'm going to stop doing it. I can still continue and see where it takes me. And that's the thing. At the very beginning, nothing was happening. As soon as I went to Nashville and recorded Kiss as a Killer, a few years after that, I got signed, and then my radio came. So I was very lucky that I did not have a backup plan, because then I wouldn't have pushed the way I did, or else I wouldn't have done it. So no, I never had a backup plan. But the whole detective thing, it was, if music didn't become my passion, I would have probably gone to the detective scene. But because music is so much a part of me during my day and in my life, I don't consider it work. I consider it fun, passion. It's not a job for me. I wake up every day enjoying it, not being forced to do it. You know, like sometimes people feel forced to do certain things. I want to do it. So as long as you're happy with what you're doing, why should you have a second plan on something? No. So.
Again,
Yeah, I hope that answered. I think I went more than what she answered, but yeah, she asked, but.
Again, Sabrina, I just got to tell you on behalf of my family, it is such a joy to call you our friend. Just.
Thank you.
And then the time that you spend talking to Thea, building a relationship and a friendship with her, you truly are what your appearance, your attitude, everything. You are the most genuine person I think I've ever met in my life.
And can I just say, every time I meet someone, I'm always just like, I never trust them. But when I met you in the beginning, I trusted you.
Aww.
That makes you a good person.
I trust you too. Yeah, of course. Aww. She acts like me when I was 14.
Well,
Totally.
She made me promise that when COVID's over, we got to go to Canada to see you in concert.
Or I come over there. Depends.
Yeah, come here.
Hey, I could put a word in for you at Madison Square Garden.
Oh, really?
I don't like to go on planes.
Oh my God, you got me excited there.
All right.
One day, you never know.
Hey, Matt, lesser things have happened at the Garden. Sabrina Fallah would finally put that thing back on the map.
Oh.
All right, rock and roll. This has been one of the funnest interviews I've had. Very sentimental, very lovely, very beautiful, and very talented Sabrina Fallah. Please go follow her on Instagram, Facebook. Please go to sabrinafallah.com and please check out her music. You can also check out my show here where I will always play Sabrina Fallah music. And if you would like to hear more of it and I'm not playing enough of it, hit me up on Facebook and I'll play you the entire CD. Sabrina, we'd like to thank you for coming and hanging out with us for a little bit.
Thank you, and I hope I can come back when I have newer material. Hopefully next year I can get back into the studio, and you never know what happens in the new year. Everything might come back together again.
Oh, that'd be great. Good. But you are always welcomed. Always welcomed on this show.
All right, I will come more often. I'm like, can I come on the air just for a chat? You know, like.
Oh, well, you know what? Let's do it again next week.
Okay.
Okay. Sabrina, thank you very much for joining us. Thea, is there anything you would like to say to your buddy?
Just thinking of what should I say. Huh.
You're goofy.
Good night.
Okay, how about this? Is there anything you want to ask me about my squirrels?
Huh. How old is your squirrels?
That I don't know, because I haven't been with them since they were a baby.
How long do you lose them?
How long have I been around them?
Yes.
It's going to 5 years now that I've been feeding them. Yeah.
I know one name is Blackie.
Blackie, yeah. Yesterday I saw Blackie and I posted it online. He got into a fight with another squirrel, so his eye is a bit pink around it. Poor baby.
I remember I saw a butterfly and a honeybee fought. They both fight each other.
A butterfly and a honeybee?
Yeah.
That had to be in the South Bronx. Where did you find that?
Basically, I don't know how, but like, whatever, the honeybee stung some butterfly, but the honeybee died, and the butterfly was still flying perfectly fine.
Where did you see that? Where did you see that?
It happened like probably 2 or 3 years ago, and I remember it really clearly. I was like in my house, just like, woo, go!
Who were you cheering for?
The butterfly, of
You're
course.
a strange kid. All right, rock and roll. Sabrina, again, thank you very much.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you. It's been a pleasure. Thea, thanks for coming on and joining the old man.
You are welcome, you old man.
Rock and roll. Rock and roll. Here is Sabrina Fallah, Kiss is a Killer.
Love people.